Good morning, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you might be doing. We wish to welcome you to the Silverlight Show. The Silverlight shines to illuminate that which lies hidden in darkness. For those of you tuning in today, we welcome you in. It's that special time of year when we get to look at the Super Bowl halftime show. The first thing we come up with is it's being run by Usher, as in they're going to usher your mind. The other thing they put right in the credits is it's the Apple Music halftime show. Well, the Apple symbol lets you know what the show's going to be all about. The bite out of the apple. Oh yes, this isn't any random that they've decided to pick. It's the one from the biblical story of Adam and Eve. And they're pretty much putting it right down your throat. Usher is known for his songs about love and lust, and that's exactly what the apple brought us. OMG, Good, My Boo, Yeah, Hey Daddy, just a few of the names of his songs. Now, I'm not an Usher connoisseur. The same token, I don't find him distasteful. Probably why he was there to appeal to a mainstream audience, ushering their minds. Now, Usher is 45 years old. 45. That works out to a 9. 9, of course, being the completion of 3 by 3, one of the most holy numbers possible. I say this because it's interesting they chose him this particular year to host the halftime show. And then they put up a warning from Apple Music. May cause dancing gyrations, blah, 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 and possible relationship issues. Go back, look at it. It literally says that. Now you might be saying, oh, that's comical. But the NFL tries to present itself as a pristine, holy entity. And they're encouraging domestic fallout in their advertising. So Usher starts out with a white outfit surrounded by people in black tops. And there's some dancers going by with near nudity. Now it's not, it's just the leotard and the fabric that they're using, but the image is pretty clear. The temptations of the flesh, the black dress creatures representing all the other temptations in the world, and these skin tone ones, well, I don't think I need to fill that one in for you. Then the blue peacock dancers come up. Well, the peacock is pride, and the peacock, why is it advertising itself? For sexual purposes. It's barely even the first minute in. We've already got possible relationship issues, temptation, and the pride, believing in yourself. Not long afterward, we get wine purple and red joining this circuit. Now, wine purple representing alcohol, red representing blood. What do you think happens when you mix wine and blood? First of all, it's a supposed serum for immortality, which is why the vampire genre likes to play off of it, but also shows when you lose control, just like the ancients used to do in their Dionysian rituals. Usually people go a little nuts and people get hurt. They're not even trying to hide the symbolism here. The other thing is, when Usher is up there, he's dancing with one white jeweled glove, just like Michael Jackson. Now, an amusing coincidence for me is that when the video stopped, the first thing it recommended to me, and I'd already come to my conclusion about Michael Jackson, but YouTube's first recommendation to me was Michael Jackson's YouTube performance in 1993. So I wasn't wrong. It literally was smacked in my face. Hey, you might want to check out Michael Jackson's performance next. Maybe if I had more time, I'd go back and review both. But let's get this year over with first, and then we can start comparing multiple Super Bowl shows. With that, we go back to the blood theme with a red singer and a red piano. More blood symbolism. Now, remember a few years ago with Janet Jackson and I can't remember, Timberlake, that was it, where they had their wardrobe malfunction. Well, while Usher was dancing with this young lady, and I apologize, I don't know exactly who she is, he was taking his finger, rubbing it down her hip that would get any other guy smacked in the face. So it's not okay to show bodily organs, but it's okay to show mild sexual content. That's where the NFL is for us right now. Perhaps a wardrobe malfunction will be coming up in the next couple of years. And then they do the thing where the dancers outside of the circle come in and start bowing with glow sticks, because after all, obedience to authorities is supposed to be what we're all about. Again, Usher is ushering us to a state of mind. And the NFL being the granddaddy that it is, it wants us to worship its product and to remember our obedience to those that we love and care about. Flames surround Usher. Now, they're showing a virtual hellscape around him because, to be honest, that's ultimately the idea of consumerism, is to drag us down into hell. They, of course, can't recreate hell on stage, but they do it awfully well with just the lighting effects. Usher takes his 2 shirts off. Now, it is hot. You can see the poor man sweating. But this isn't just because he's there and he goes, "Ugh, I'm hot." Definitely he is. And from what I understand, he's an attractive man. But this is supposed to be symbolic of something else. He's losing the vestiges of his goodness by taking off the white parts of his presentation. Keeps his glove on. Glove is too important. That symbolism to Michael Jackson and trying to channel that power. And I'm not even going to start to go into Michael Jackson here. But he represents a very specific icon, and I'm going to leave it at that. Then we get a black-clad guitarist takes over. Again, I apologize in not knowing who she is. Probably very famous. It's my own cultural ignorance. But what song does she start singing as Usher is finished disrobing? Bad Girls. Now, Usher reappears in black and blue. It's kind of symbolizing his descent into darkness. And he starts with, "Yeah." So he's showing his fall from grace. He's no longer this innocent individual. And he's actually embraced the darkness around him. The things that he was once standing against have overwhelmed him and consumed his soul. Now, I'm going to give them credit on the lip syncing. It was almost unnoticeable until, like, at the end where they faded the music and they came up again. There was 1 or 2 minor little things, but usually they do a much worse job of it. And I'm giving them credit. Another curious thing, at the timestamp of 12:28, just out of the corner of your eye, they go away in a half a second. You get these faceless creatures, white face, black suits, and they're surrounding the stage. I was looking at them quite curious. It's hard to get the video to stop so you can get a clear look, but it's like a white puffball on their face. I thought they might be rabbits, which would have taken me down a different symbolic wormhole. But no. No, these are just white entities. There's at least two of them. And remember, this isn't last minute they realized, oh geez, we need to get a show on stage, just throw the guys out there. Or girls. I don't know what was behind those masks. No, this was done on purpose. There's millions of dollars thrown into this. The artist has incredible control over what the choreographers are doing. So these faceless entities who are white in black suits, it's almost like fallen angels. Now, right at the end, when he's doing his W to the A hand gestures, he's completing the ritual with a somatic component. In other words, motions. W to the A. World Alliance. World anything you can pretty much put in there. But that's the end message that's supposed to burn into your head. Because they turn the music off. He's just sitting there repeating his mantra, I'm going to call it. And then, making hand symbols. This is not unique to this Super Bowl. Indeed, it's in pretty much every single Super Bowl halftime show. But W to the A is our message. World to the ashes. Will to the underground. Well, that's not really that's really a U, but you can see how I'm saying this is something that might be worth paying attention to for the next year. Super Bowl is one of those things that no terrorist has gone after yet. But the interesting thing, it's going to happen sooner or later just by raw statistics alone. So with all this occult symbolism, the very graphic theme of this Super Bowl, like they've never shied away from showing things aside from the wardrobe incident, and they only apologized after it was over. And it's, how am I going to say this? It's pretty dark what they're showing, the descent into the underground. We have so much turmoil into the world, and these people want us to be very afraid of what's coming in the future. Your relationship may have difficulties. Who ever puts that in a warning? The dancing thing, okay, humor might cause sweating, pulsating, stuff like that. Most of the people watching this are sitting home on the couch. It's very unlikely they're getting up and dancing to it because they've had half a football game to drink and eat chicken wings. Not something that people are known to do after drinking and chicken wings. They also said Apple Music has been building up to this for 30 years. Building up to what? One single video presentation? Or they've been building up to put that much of a message into a show. I'm not going to say watch it again because I understand not everybody likes that style of music. And I'm not here to critique the style of music. Like I said, I find Usher pretty inoffensive. He does have sexual content, which, the whole theme of this halftime show is sexual content. But realistically, he's harmless. They only have him on there as a tribute to Michael Jackson. So perhaps they knew they were going to hire Michael Jackson years in advance, and They wanted this to be their silent tribute to him. Considering the charges he nearly caught, that's very interesting in today's